thump 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 thump. The sound of the heart beating. This is extremely important for anybody because if your heart's not beating, you're dead. But sometimes your heart beats for reasons you might not want it to, particularly when you're scared or nervous. Now I get scared really easily. I'm scared by heights, the dark, needles, clowns, clouds shaped like clowns. But one thing I think we all are scared of is tests, either because we don't feel prepared for tests or just because we care about grades way more than any human should. And for me, whenever I do feel nervous about a test, I like to go back to my age-old strategy, the Abacadabra method. What, you don't know the Abacadabra method? You take out the multiple choice sheet and you go ABA, CAD, ABA, the Abacadabra method. It works every single time. But for Quizbowl, because it's not multiple choice, we have to look at other methods, which brings us to today's video. So with that, my name is Lodrin, you're a bunch of nerds, and welcome to pretest of Quizbowl 101. Now what is this test going to be? If you didn't watch my last video, this is going to be the pretest for the new video series I'm starting, Quizbowl 101. Basically, I'm going to go through a ton of questions on some of the easier difficulties for Quizbowl and see how I do. And then once we're all done with the course, you and we can take this test again and see how we do at the end. Now, this test is going to be long, and there's a reason for that. Because I like doing random questions on QB Reader, but if we're just doing 20 questions, that's really not giving us an accurate representation. Like in statistics, the more trials we do, the more accurate we'll be. So, today we're going to be answering well over 100 different Quizbowl questions. Don't worry though, we'll be working through all of this very quickly. Now, if you don't know what Quizbowl is, you might want to figure that out. NAQT has a great video on how to play. Go back and watch my first video if you want a more proper introduction to this series. But if you're all good with that, we're going to go over the rules. This is QB Reader. If you don't know what QB Reader is, it's the best website in the world, and it's what I used for training Quizbowl. So if you click on single player up here and go to toss-ups, this is where we will begin. In toss-ups, you want to go to categories, make sure they're all selected with toggle all. Then go out of that, go to difficulties. I will just be playing on easy high school. I think that's mostly what this course is going to focus on is easy high school questions. As far as the year range goes, I'm going to go all the way back to 2000. If you want more up-to-date questions, do 2010. I like answering them all. It doesn't really matter to me. And then make sure you mark power marked toss-ups only. If you don't mark this, most of the questions you get will not be very NAQT-like questions, and I don't think we want that. I'd say keep strictness 7. You can manually do that. And then reading speed, whatever suits you best. I personally like 50. And these should be the settings we use. What we're going to do now is we are going to answer, we are going to answer 50 toss-ups, answer 25 bonuses, come back, answer another 50 toss-ups, and then another 25 bonuses. I know this seems like a lot, but once again, we need to do a lot of questions in order to get accurate data. The point of this test is so that at the end of this course, we can see marked improvement on random questions. If we don't do enough questions in the beginning, at the end, it's going to be hard to see whether or not we actually improved. And then at the end of the video, I'll tack on a quick section where I answer, let's say like, I don't know, just like 20 regular high school questions and maybe 10 bonuses, just to see where we're doing at a slightly harder difficulty. However, these will not be part of the main content. So with that, I'm just going to start answering questions. And honestly, if you don't want to watch this video, I totally understand. I will put on the screen what time I'm done with the results for the first section, and then the second section, and then etc. And then I'll also have, for the end of my video, I'll compile all my results together. Real quick, the results we care about, if I start this real quick, will be 3 things. If I buzz and miss, you'll see this 1 right here. This is your negs. This number in the middle is going to be your amount right, and then the one out front is going to be your amount right in the power. If you don't know how powers work, if you answer in this bolded section here, you get bonus points in the game of Quizbowl. For this test, this is the main thing you're going for, I would say. You want to be able at the end of this course to have more powers and less negs than you did at the beginning. Now, I do suggest taking this on your own. You can do it before or after me, it doesn't really matter. While I answer questions, I will be working through my thought process, what I'm thinking about. You could also play along with me. You can read the questions, see if you can answer it first. You probably will be able to answer it first, especially if it's a history question, because that is not my specialty. And then finally, I know we're not getting many specific category things in this right now, which I think is fine. I think we'll do more category stuff unit by unit in the series. Right now, this is just an overarching thing, just to see where we're at in the level. And then if you feel like you're not doing as well as I am, I also have been doing this. This is my 7th year now, so don't feel bad if you're not quite able to answer as many, but also many of you will. So I'm going to click clear stats so I can reset. Actually, I'm just going to reload the page. So my stats are clear, and then I'm going to start. I will also be working through these extremely quickly. Alright, so as Operation Unthinkable, probably in America. Oh no, Iron Curtain, so Churchill. That's a big thing. Just look for your triggers. See, Iron Curtain was actually the last word out of power. Therefore, I actually didn't get power, even though I buzzed pretty early. It's probably a kids person. Wait. Oh, this is a tough one. Oh, it's a Japanese author, that's why. Oh, I don't know many of the Japanese authors. This looks bad. It might be Mensaburo. Surprised this isn't easy. Murakami. That makes sense. So if you see at the top, I've answered 2 questions. I have a 0, 1, 0, which because I've gotten no powers, I've gotten 1 correct and gotten no negs, and then I've seen 2 in total. Alright, it's 99s. It's a woman president, so... Huh. Oh my gosh, see, sometimes that'll happen. I totally misread it. I thought we were looking for a president. Oh, president of the 99 is not an actual president. At the end of every question, you'll see it gets quite obvious as it kind of gives it away. If you've ever heard of Amelia Earhart, you're going to be able to get that question. Oh, Nicholas II. That one's actually kind of tough. Ooh, I'm not great with instruments. Oh, Magic Flute. That's a really famous Mozart one. You should learn about that. But if you see right now, even though, yes, I've gotten pretty good questions right, I actually have no powers. So until I start getting some of these first number, I'm actually not super happy with how I'm doing. Charles Ives again. Sometimes that will happen. You'll get similar questions right in a row. Ooh. Oh, the seasons. Wait. No, I think I got tricked. Yeah, I got tricked by the word the seasons. It's not the 4 seasons. That's my first -5, but that's alright. Plenty of time left. A temperature. Wait. Oh, no, no, no. No! I realized after I buzzed, I had no... Ah, that's sad. I would suggest when you get it wrong, just read the whole question so you see where you went wrong. On this one, I saw reversible processes do not have a change in this quantity. I assumed it was temperature, but they actually could have a change in temperature. It won't happen often, but sometimes. Alpha helix, structure of protein, yeah, hydrogen bonds, right? Yep, hydrogen bonds. Protein folding is a really interesting thing you should look at. I took an anatomy class, so that's really going to help. We'll get into how I studied for all of this stuff once I do my individual videos. Probably Genghis Khan. Oh, yeah. That's a big thing. If you do have a guess, and you're not confident enough to buzz, just keep looking for clues. And then as soon as I see founder, I'm able to buzz because I'm already thinking Genghis Khan. Ooh, I shouldn't know this, but it's alright. That's a Lolita. Don't read that book. That is a rough book. But, yep. A lot of my lit knowledge comes from Wikipedia. So that's a big thing. Oh my gosh. You'll see sometimes you'll be totally lost the whole question, and then right at the end you'll suddenly figure it out. Alright. So it's composer. Composer before Bach. Interesting. He's pretty early. Oh, La Primavera would be yes. There's 4 seasons, La Primavera being the spring. A big thing when you're looking at this is just looking at context clues. I didn't know anything about the sea storm or the hunt. but both of these seem to fit into the context of like the four seasons, obviously. So even though I've never heard of the sea storm, it makes sense that the sea storms would be a part of the four seasons, which I then know was written by Vivaldi. Ooh, diffusion facilitated is a trigger for me there. Oh, crucifixion. Marc Chagall, white and yellow crucifixion. Those are good to learn. I'd say fine arts is really difficult, but it's really fun to learn once you get into it. I would really suggest doing that. Eighth Crusade. So it's probably an English. Yeah, it's an English monarch. Ooh, probably just Henry. Oh, I was very wrong. It was France. Sometimes that also happens. We're getting a lot of composers today. Oh, minute waltz. So yeah, sometimes you need the last word. Chopin. That makes sense. A big clue here is when you hear home country, that actually usually implies that it's somebody who is not really part of a country. It's not France. It's not England. It's not the United States. It's going to be someone like Chopin, who's from Poland, or Sibelius, who's from Finland. Oh my gosh, I should know this. Oh my, yeah, it's Curie. That makes so much sense. Oh, Hopper, right? Yes. Blossoming Pear Tree would be Hurston. Thornhill Hurston. Once again, lots of Wikipedia for all my lit knowledge. It's so helpful. Neutron stars, or more specifically, I'm gonna say neutron stars. Sometimes it will prompt you. This might prompt. Nope, it was neutron stars. So this one thing is I was thinking of saying pulsar there, but usually you're safer to go with something like neutron star, simply because if neutron star they do need more, they'll usually prompt you on that. Death and disaster. Oh, I know this one. It might just be Warhol. Yeah, it's Warhol. Warhol's a big celebrity. That's a big clue there. Is it just Angela? Oh, Carriage, Dickinson. Yep. Because I could not stop for death. That's a huge one to know. Dickinson. We'll do a bunch with her when we do American literature and when we do poetry. First marriage, probably Henry VIII. Just a fair bet. Yep. Wait, what? Huh. Oh, Judaism. Oh my gosh. Dang, that got me. I usually get religion questions first line. That's annoying. Okay, it's definitely American, obviously. Probably Memphis. Oh, I was very wrong. Baltimore? I haven't heard of that one. Sometimes you do learn completely new things. Like I've never heard any question like that before, but try to lock that down. Make sure you read the whole question, and you should be good. Oh, probably Jupiter. Shoot, actually. I will say it gives you 10 seconds to answer the question. Try to answer within 5, so you're not cheating. Because on most NAQT, they require it in 5. Allende would be, ooh, Argentina or Chile. Chile. Jeez. It sucks when it's a 50-50 and you get it wrong, but that's how it happens sometimes. Oh, Kramer's rule is matrices. No, that makes so much more sense than what I said. Oh no. I got locked in on Kramer's rule. That's sad. Water Margin is China. If you don't know the four great novels, those are really important to learn. Mainly just Water Margin, Journey to the West, Romance of the Three Kingdoms. They come up a ton. Just knowing they're from China is already really important. Yeah. Uh, oh shoot, is it just Russia? Oh, I was totally wrong. One more stat you might want to keep track of is celerity. This kind of tracks how early you're buzzing and getting it right. I personally have never really cared about celerity, but making sure it's high is obviously important. Is it just yeah, Les Miserables. That's one of the most important books. Oh, now I look stupid. Yep. So I got it wrong. I was confident I had it right. Yeah, no, that makes a lot more sense than what I said. I know this one. It's Washington. Yep. I think I kind of have an advantage in fine arts right now because that's all I've been studying this past month. Because my team's fine arts girls are both leaving as their seniors. La Primavera would be Botticelli. Oh, composer. I'm stupid. Not paying great enough attention. So if you can hear my dog, sorry about that. Oh, ooh. Wait, what? Oh, reciprocal secant, dude, is just cosine. Yep. I'm a math guy, so I'm always mad when I'm not getting math stuff right. Oh, Maggie and Molly and oh, is it Silverstein? Shoot. Cummings? Oh my. Oh, I just got cooked. Yikes. I thought it was coming. I thought it was Frost or Silverstein. Did not think it was Cummings. Yeah. Oh, just the shoot. What's it called? Republican National Convention. I don't know. Yeah, Republican National Convention. Then, if you're not getting it till the end of the question, I highly suggest rereading over it, looking for clues. I'm seeing some clues now, like Silicon Valley Investor that streams Republican. This right here, very politics coded, obviously. Vote your conscience. This is a super famous line. I really should know that, but it's all right. Not everyone. You're gonna get it as soon as you should. Oh, cytokinesis is no prophase, dude. Interphase. Yikes. Oh, it sucks. Sucks when there's a science question I missed that badly. All right, I'm still above. All right, we're almost to the 50 mark. Oh, Andrew Lloyd Webber. Myth. Don't know how to pronounce that. Two L's, as I always get that wrong. Wait, I was wrong. I was thinking this was from Cats. I'm stupid. It's a writer. Always pay attention. The first letters, the first words are always the most important. I still make these mistakes. If you check up here, I have 8 and 8 right now. My goal is always to have more powers than negs, which right now I'm not quite doing as well as I should be, but hopefully get back. Oh, just the crust, right? Yeah, crust. The mantle. Well, now I am above more negs than powers. That's not great. Yes, and colitis would be no shot. Uranus, that's Saturn. Falling apart now. Don't get tilted when you play Quizbowl because sometimes getting one question wrong makes you want to rush the next one. But clearly, I did not do great there. Oh, surely it's just a gift of the Magi. Yeah, gift of the Magi. Oh, I got it just out of power because tortoiseshell combs had just gone up. Comments? See, I'm thinking it's comics right now. Oh, nope. Sometimes you think it's something early, but you wait and it ends up paying off. Yikes, I have 11 nags right now. Uh, Holocaust, because that is uh, Ellie Weasel or whatever. We sell, I think, the book The Night. That's a really good book you should read. Some things like this, there's really no way to study. A lot of Quiz Bowl is familiarity. Like, I just happen to have read this book one time. It's not a book that comes up often, but I've read it a single time, and I just happened to get lucky that a question's about that. So that's why paying attention in school is really important. Real quick. Yeah, I'm levitating. My music knowledge is not quite there. Dua Lipa, dude. Oh, it sucks because I can like sing. Don't. Yeah, I can sing all the songs, but sometimes you just forget that. Oh, Pantagruel. Oh no. Flowers Evil was Fleurs de Mal, France. Okay, this is interesting. I do this sometimes. If you have something like this where I mean, it did say language. I'm gonna give this to myself. Sorry about that. I accidentally missed a recording of my section. I would redo it, but I really don't want to cheat. So I will quickly go over what I got on the first 50 questions. I'll put it on screen as well. I got 11 powers, 24 correct, and 13 incorrect, or at least 13 incorrect before the end of the question. I think this is pretty good. If you're getting more than 10 powers for every 50 questions, even at an easier level such as this, you're doing pretty well for yourself. Obviously, you want to get that number up. However, getting 13 wrong is definitely a little over aggressive. If you're getting more than 2 wrong in a single match of Quizbowl, you probably want to slow down on the buzzer a bit. You're being a little too aggressive. But now we'll move on to our first set of 25 bonuses, which will be go to bonuses real quick, make sure all your categories are on. Make sure sorry about that. Difficulty is only easy. Random questions, put on 3-part bonuses, and turn on or off standard format. This isn't that important. But other than that, we should be good. And we start. Alright. Oh, it's a composer. Oh, Primavera. We saw that a bunch in the... Saw that a couple times earlier. Vivaldi. When it says Baroque, most composers are Baroque, but it's still important to learn Baroque. Ooh, this is a tough one. Probably Wagner. Oh, Monteverdi. That is a tough one. Ooh, this is another tough one. Oh, those are hard questions. Sometimes questions may not be great and may not belong, but that's alright. Alright, spoil system. This is something important to learn. You'll see this come up with like John Quincy Adams and stuff. I don't know what it's called. Pendleton Act, that's famous. If you know anything about who died, the only assassinated presidents so far have been Lincoln, Garfield, and John F. Kennedy, I believe. Right? Yeah, I think that's correct. Robert and Barrett, or Robert and Elizabeth Barrett is Browning. They're poets. Well, also writers. Sonnets from, ooh, is it the Portuguese? That's a super random thing. I just feel like, yeah, I've just heard that before. Sometimes you'll just have something randomly in your mind. Just say it on a bonus, because you can't lose points on bonus questions. I'm kind of cheating. I don't know, Sappho. Ah, Theocritus. That's a hard one. All right. These ones I can get through quick. You really need to learn about Moby Dick. Uh, Ishmael. Ishmael's the main character. The villain is, oh, yep, this is the only other. This is the hard question, but knowing Queequeg is really important. He's a big character in the novel. He works with Ishmael a lot. Religious hypocrite. Ooh, I should know this. Tartuffe. Yes, Tartuffe. The misanthrope is a. Ooh, there are 2 French authors I always get mixed up: Moliere and Voltaire. Moliere? No. Yep, Moliere. Yep, Moliere. All right. I was a little close, but oh, I know this one. The Imaginary Invalid. Yeah, that's another important one. Probably the single most important painting to know what it looks like, I'd say. It comes up so much. Botticelli, and then it's going to be La Primavera, probably. Yes. This is a very common bonus that I see a lot at the easy levels. Birth of Venus, Botticelli, Primavera. What's it called? State of Matter. Wait. Yeah, phase or state of matter. Solid becomes a gas. Well, it's deposition and sublimation. Sublimation is become a solid. So I think it's, no. Sublimation. Yeah. The relative ease. Well, it's probably something like the relative ease would be boil boilability. Volatility. That makes sense. The Trail of Tears. It's an important one to know. Worcester versus Georgia. Yep. And then Jackson and Trail of Tears. Combining them together is really important. Always remember that. The road less taken. Oh, so this is one where my strictness isn't super high. So I actually said the road less taken, and it's the road not taken. And it says do not accept any variations. So sometimes QB Reader, it's not perfect. You just got to correct it, and then it's all right. That's all right. Make sure for official titles you always know the exact wording. Birches. Birches is his other one. My bad. Isn't it great? All right. Fertilizer, cation. I believe it's ammonium. Yes. More than one atom, so it's like a polyatomic. Poly means multiple. Atomic is obviously atom. Oh, Bronston-Lowry base would be OH minus. This is one that obviously doesn't accept it well, so just give yourself the point if you got it right. Ooh, I actually forget the name of this. Phototropism. This is a really important one to know. Um, Stem, maybe root. Well, flower, duh. Pollen. That's a tough question. Learn about plants. They come up a lot. If it's Indian, it's probably Arabic. No. English? Oh. Whoopsie. I don't know that one. Manboker. Shoot. I'm gonna get a 0. Getting zeros is not great. Yeah, I don't know it though. Paul, he comes up a lot. I haven't read any of his stuff though. That's unfortunate. Magic Mountain. That would be Thomas. Death in Venice. Uh, Man's an important author. You just have to learn Death in Venice, Magic Mountain. That's all that really comes up about him. At least at the lower levels. Twice Told Tales. Hawthorne, of course. One of the no, sorry. I said Les Miserables important. Scarlet Letter, the most important book you can learn at this level. Pearl, obviously. Once you learn it once, though, if you read it once, you should be good. Romeo and Juliet and Cinderella. It's Russian, so probably Tchaikovsky. Just spell it right. Prokofiev. Peter and the Wolf. Makes sense. The largest standard woodwind instrument, probably oboe? Yep, double reeded would be oboe. Oh, bassoon. Never mind, different double oboe. Double reeded. Storming of the Bastille. Yep, pretty famous. Sorry, I'm not looking at the camera the whole time. It's just I need to look down here to see my questions. Rose Pierre. Oh no. Need to get that one. Probably one of Louis. 15th or 14th? We'll go 14th. Aren't any of the Louis. Right, the electron cloud. Yep, that's basic chemistry. Make sure you're remembering chemistry. Ooh, that's a little harder chemistry, but that's going to be spin. Okay, not Pauli exclusion rule. Probably Hund's rule. Hund's? Aufbau! Dude, there are 3 important principles And I missed it. Okay, Impressionism, you need to know Monet. He's super important. Seurat, you don't need to know Seurat so much, but you do need to know Sunday Afternoon on the Island La Grande Hate or whatever. David, that's another one you should know. These are all really important artists. If you write all those down, learn about all three. Oh, seven generations. This comes up a lot. It's 100, not 100, because I've gotten that wrong before. 100 years of solitude. Uh, Garcia Marquez. He's a super important author. You should probably learn about him. I'm surprised it didn't give me right there. I see. Oh, I should know this. Generalist Labyrinth. Yep. It's tough. That's the hard one, obviously. The Aleph. Yes, I should have known. Garden of Forking Paths. Probably Borges if it's Argentinian. Yep. Yep. Not tower. Library. Yeah, the infinite number in two of his different. Canadian American. There's only one important Canadian American that you'll probably need to know about, and it is. Is it Gary or Wright? I can never remember. Oh, it is Gary. Shoot. Gary did the Guggenheim. I cannot be missing that. And that's New York City. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Frank Gehry and Frank Gehry and Lloyd Wright are really important. Learn both of them. Oh, the Merry Men, so it's Robin Hood. So again, gotta mark it. Maybe I need to turn my strictness down. Wow, it's not gonna be anything today. Oh, Hawkeye, duh. Ooh, who kills Smog? Probably one of the dwarves. Bard. Oh, huh. I haven't read The Hobbit in a while. Yes. Oh, not energetic enough to be a plasma. Oh, guess. Sometimes it tries to throw me off. This gas law defines a direct relationship of volume and temperature. Knowing your gas laws is really important. Avogadro's. It's Charles. Charles, Gay-Lussac's, and Boyle's law are all really important to know. Yes. It's somebody's partial pressures. Pascal's, right? Dalton's, that's what I meant. No! Not what I meant, obviously, but... Holden Caulfield, this is a super important one to know. Most of you will probably read this at some point in high school, but... sometimes it's annoying. J.D. Salinger. This is really his only super important work, but he's had a couple other hits. I guess this one's also important. I believe it's a Perfect Day for Banana Fish. Yes. Nice, I got a 30 there. Ferns belongs to this phylum. Ooh. Well, it's probably angiosperms. Alright, sorry about that. Let's finish up this question. Oh. Is this one angiosperms? Vascular plants, duh, because they're tissues. Xylem and phloem are super famous tissues. Oh, this process. Sometimes my brain does not work. Alright, well, with that, we finish up our first set of bonuses. You see we have 19.58 points with 24 bonuses seen. I'm actually going to skip ahead real quick to me being finished with the test. I will go do my other 50 toss-ups, then my other 25 bonuses, along with 20 regular high school toss-ups and then 10 regular high school bonuses. I will go to the end of the video and tell you all about that. I will also post a second video on my channel containing my gameplay of those others, but obviously, let's be honest, this is a little bit boring, and you more just want to see how I did. And also, I want to see how you did. So make sure you leave in the comments below how you scored on this test. If you want to do half the test and not do as many questions as I did, just do 50 toss-ups and 25 bonuses. That is totally fine. I'd say the more toss-ups and bonuses you do, the more improvement you'll be able to see by the end. And the more improvement you see, obviously that's going to be a lot more beneficial because if you know what you're doing is working, you can carry that on in the future. All right, so I finished my other 50 and my 25 on the other video. You can go watch that. It's just going to be more of the same, me tiredly talking about questions. I think a lot of my thought process does come through in the video, but I would not suggest watching it as it is quite long, and I just wanted to post it because why not? But with that, here are my final stats. I got 20 powers out of 100 toss-ups. I'm pretty happy with that. If you're getting 1 out of 5 powers in any set, that's really, really good. In total, I got 74 of the 100 correct, which is a little lower than you'd want. But the reason for that is because I had 23 negs. And that's something I really need to figure out. In my county's league, I am the most negs in the whole league, even though I am only like the maybe top 10. Yeah, I'd say I'm top 10, but I'm definitely not one of the best players in my league. But I do get the most negs. I am a bit aggressive. But hopefully by the end of this course, I will not be getting so many negs. And that is my goal. As far as bonus goes, I got 21.2 points per bonus, which is actually higher than most teams will get at these sets. This is pretty good. I've been doing a lot of bonus practice. If your team can shoot for around 20 points per bonus, you're going to beat most of the teams in the tournament. That would just be huge if you can do that as a group. If you can't do that yet, that's all right. Just keep practicing. If honestly, if your own points per bonus, I would say set a goal to improve it to at least 5 points better than it is right now. I know that seems like a lot, but it's definitely possible. I know this video got rambly. It's long. I'll let you go. Don't forget to subscribe if you can, because you'll hopefully be able to see my later videos in the series. I promise they're not as boring as this one. I'll do my introduction to literature pretty soon, and after that we can start talking specifics. I can start giving book recaps. We can actually get into the real stuff we want to do with Quizbowl, rather than just watching me answer questions for nearly an hour. All right, see you.